All right, hello, welcome back to the Orange Curtain. And today I've got a special guest, my daughter Chloe.
Hello.
Welcome back, Chloe.
Thanks for having me.
We've written a lot of different songs. How many songs do you know how many songs you've written?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
One a day.
Yeah, that's a good practice.
Mm-hmm.
Keep you fresh.
Yep.
A lot of my songs have come from real life experiences, and I had you record with me on a couple songs. I freshened up recently and want to try to release them soon. But they both just happen to have something to do with East Texas. Mm-hmm. East Texas Tales. Yeah. We spent a lot of time out in East Texas. I grew up there. I spent my high school years there. Mm-hmm. And I had an El Camino, my first car. That I had a lot of fun driving on those back roads out there. You've spent some time in East Texas. I want to show you a couple of pictures just to prove it. Does that look relaxing?
It's pleasant.
Yeah.
Pleasant.
Where was that?
There's also a picture, well, that's me, but there's a picture of you somewhere that I think half of your bottom's hanging out of the broken hammock.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
No telling. Yeah, those fun times for sure.
Yeah.
That was a grandma. Well, I call her grandma. I'll call her
Grape grandma.
Grape grandma. Yeah.
Yeah.
She had an awesome place with pine trees. That was one of my favorite things about East Texas.
The smell of the pine.
It still is every time we go back. Mm-hmm. And you were in the old hammock that's been there for years.
Yeah.
One more thing I want to show you. You remember this?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, I like that dress.
Yeah.
That dress I had.
And what was that at?
Dogwood Jamboree.
Dogwood Jamboree. We played that a couple times.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dan Manuel. If you're out there, Dan, thank you for having us out there a few times. Anyway, I think it would be fun to just kind of tell some East Texas tales in song version. Yeah, this is based on a true story, by the way. I was driving with Poppy Seed back from Palestine, and we ran into a doe and got a pretty damaged car out of that. And my imagination ran wild after that, and I imagined what the King Buck did once he found out that his doe had been killed on the highway. He came back for some vengeance and took it out on me with his 9 points. So that's what this song does. It goes like this. Roving out slightly on one Sunday evening, when my two blinders did shine like a pearl. Swift was the kick of the airbag that slapped me when happily I hit a young doe of a girl. She thrashed and she tumbled throughout the pine valley. She quivered and she cried in a voice so forlorn. But I couldn't hear her, I had my own worries, for my car was dying and my britches was torn. My ears they rang also, and so did my telly. 'Twas my sweet fair lady who called on the phone. I said I was fine, just laid out in the valley, and soon I was sure I'd be on my way home. Now King Buck he rose from the throne of his castle, whene'er he did hear the sad fate of his doe. He strapped on some courage mixed in with some vengeance, and he traced the blood path that showed him where to go. Now King Buck, he had that old buck premonition. He tightened his muscles and he hooked on his mark. He He stepped out broadside me and he stared in my eyeballs, and he crashed on my engine that night in the dark. Now Buck, he rolled over and he flew up above me, and in that brief moment my thoughts sang a song. But in the next second, with antlers as daggers, he struck through my heart, 9 points sharp and long. Now all's peace and quietness throughout the Pine Valley, and King Buck lays happy upon my poor head. But I wrote a letter before I went under, with Buck's blood as ink now, and here's what it read. Please take these 9 points to the hill country widow who's grieving the loss of a husband so dear, and tell her I love her and never to wander near Pine Valley's vengeance, for love conquers fear. Oh,
pretty sad.
The legend of King Buck, yeah. You know, he took vengeance.
He sure did.
You know, I say it would be pretty tough not to. You're in his shoes.
Yeah.
All right, so this next song, well, this is just a general tale, and all of it is nearly true. There's some tall East Texas tales, but in this case, it's mostly true. There may be this first verse that's not true so much, but you got to have a little tall tale in there mixed in with the real stuff.
Yeah. And
so this song is called Palestine Backroads. Get out that fiddle. You've been playing that for years. Bye-bye, backroads, bye-bye. That's where I was born, not where I'll die. Bailey has a route, runs here by her house. He says he knows a real good time to see her. Come noon hour, she's known to tend her flowers, always in her garden dress and holding silver shears. Bailey, run that by me one more time. That picture I can't get out of my mind. She's a hard-working woman, she keeps off to herself. My sister said she used to say she's not afraid of death. Daddy sold the Chevy to his son, took beads on the wheel and took it out for a spin. Figure eights around the parking lot behind the old buffet. Dirt came up whirling cause the concrete ain't been laid. But the cops, they caught my number on North 155. 5 for reckless driving, son, you're lucky you're alive. Mr. Powell drove by when they searched my car and squealed to my old man. Now me and Randall are walking the tracks, gonna walk to the square downtown. Me and Randall looking for the Holy Grail somewhere. We found it on the floor of the abandoned corner store. These girls are all just the same, always looking for a boy to blame. Anyway, they've all been trained to leave boys lonely. Some guys have all the luck, kissing their girls in their daddy's truck, but it ain't where I wanna get stuck, so I'm looking to get out. Don't wanna wind up on the skids in a trailer like the rest of them did, living on some back road somewhere in the middle of the dark and nowhere. I dropped too many girls off at their back road homestead lost, in the night turning corners on the skinny streets, just trying to get back to the lights. Neil Young came on when I was lost. I thought I was hearing a ghost, and the night I threw myself a fit and I landed the El Camino in the ditch. I was riding with Philip the day he flipped his truck on 323. It was near the turn by Calhoun's Meat where the ghost white workers stand in the salt and the heat. It was shut down from what I hear after I left town about a year. Had to find me a place in the city where a boy can find a girl that's pretty. bye, back roads, bye bye. That's where I was born, not where I'll die. All right, we hit that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chloe.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everybody.
You skipped the verse.
Did I? That's okay. It's kind of long.
Just.